Yo, welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. A bit of a random one today. I wanted to get this stream up and going, and one of the reasons I wanted to get it up and going, right, because so this is the NEO-GEO Pocket Color Core. It is for the MiSTer FPGA. Now, I had access to an alpha roughly a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and honestly, it was a lot easier to get running on the Analog Pocket than the MiSTer. I mean, I didn't attempt to get it running on the MiSTer, but the setup looked like it was easier on the Analog Pocket. Now, based on all the feedback that I've been reading online, I know a lot of people were having issues getting this running on the MiSTer. So I thought to myself, do you know what? I want to attempt it, right? I want to give a big shout out to my buddies, Terminator 2K2 and Big Al, who always help me around. And I'm like, guys, how am I getting this working? Now, I knew where Jotego said, I think it would, your core would show up in, or the NEO-GEO Pocket Color Core will show up in the arcade section of cores, right? So guys, if you're a Patreon supporter and you're having issues with the core, run your updater, and then what you want to do is you want to put your games, right? See where I'm putting my games. Let me go back one folder. So your games will be going in the NGPC folder, right? That is where your games go. Now, this was the tricky part. This took us a while to kind of figure out, and props to Terminator 2K2, because I was like, okay, where is this core? I can't find it. So the core was in arcade, right? So if we go, let me try and get to arcade now, right? So if we go, Jay Deluxe, how are you doing there, buddy, man? Long time no speak. Hope you're well. So am I right? Are we going cores? Are we going back? I'm gonna try and go as back as possible, right? So when you get into arcades, I couldn't find the core straight out there, right? In core. Okay, so it's a bit difficult. Let me just do a reset, right? And we'll launch the core again. Sorry, we're not going to start with a bang today. I'm a little bit tired. So if I'm going to go around and press wrong buttons, it's because it's been a long day at work. I'm actually up. So the time here in the UK, it's coming up to 10 o'clock, and I'm actually up at 5 a.m. But I really wanted to do this stream. I want to give a shout out to Ranny Snice as well for the awesome wallpapers he does. I have a few on rotation, and I really like them. You can see how awesome that Mega Man wallpaper is. So, right. So in order to get the NEO-GEO Pocket Color Core, once you run Update All and you've put your games and your BIOS file on there, by the way, if you get a BIOS file online, it might be called like NEO-GEO Pocket Color, NGPC, .rom, name that to boot.rom, right? So I'm giving you some instructions here. Name that to boot.rom. That is what you want. That is what worked for me, right? So when I went into arcade, I'm here, I'm looking for NEO-GEO Pocket right now. Bear in mind, I've got an alpha version of the original NEO-GEO Pocket monochrome one that came out. I've got an alpha version of like the color one that came out. So my micro SD card is probably quite messed up, like just with stuff that I should get rid of, right? But I end up just leaving everything on there. So I found this on here. It isn't this one, right? I ran it. So in the end, it's actually the one that you want. I mean, hopefully this has changed, right? At least the way I've got it, you go into alternatives, then you find it, right? So then you go down to N, and should really use my keyboard. I've kind of skipped that there, right? So here we go. Once we go into arcade, alternatives, NEO-GEO Pocket, there you will find NEO-GEO Pocket Color, right? And I wanted to show you guys this because I know there were people that were having difficulties getting this up and running, right? And honestly, I had difficulties up and running. Now, I always say that I'm a dimwit when it comes to tech, but I shouldn't have gone black and white, but hopefully the games will be in color, right? Oh, they are in color, right? So I consider myself a dimwit because the people I speak to, they're very, very good at tech stuff in general, right? But I saw a lot of people having difficulties getting this up and running. So like I said there, make sure you rename your BIOS from ngpc.rom to boot.rom, and once you run your update or you've added your games in your BIOS, look for the games, right? Look for the games in arcade and alternative, right? Before actually, let's load the game up. So when you get here, you want to press the button that's allocated to power, right? This core definitely needs some finesse to make it a bit more user-friendly, right? So let's go into power and let's run a game, right? So we were kind of running Metal Slug Second Mission. So let's go back to Metal Slug Metal Slug second mission. Hopefully everything's all dandy and it's working. Right, here we go. So it should work. Really do like that NEO-GEO splash screen. I think it's fantastic. I love the sound. I like the original NEO-GEO one, and I think they've done a good job here, right? So what were we going to check? All right, so the buttons here, right? So the buttons were a little bit confusing as well. And Jotego, the developer, who's like, you know, if not one of the best developers, the best developer, or like probably my favorite one, that guy that got me into FPGA gaming. But you can see that he is primarily an arcade core developer, because the mindset behind the development definitely shows that he does a lot of arcade. So look, when you define the controls, right, so you go here, so okay, right, left, down, up, simple enough. Button A, button B, cool. All right, option, I think that's the button on the NEO-GEO, the button on the right. But okay, you got start, which the NEO-GEO Pocket doesn't have, right? So I'm just gonna move that as R3 because I'm not going to use it. Coin. So coin, the NEO-GEO Pocket color, it doesn't take a coin. It's got a cartridge slot, but it never had a coin slot. So the coin is actually your power button that you need to reset it. And again, this is where I mentioned that, you know, Jotego's a great developer, but this is kind of like a hybrid arcade core kind of thing. So I really do hope it ends up going into being sorry, I might have pressed one of the buttons there that resets everything. Let's do this again. So hopefully it will go back into consoles and it will just work the way a console core works. Sorry, you're gonna have to go through this again. We'll start running some games. I'm quite happy to take requests, right, guys? Now, what we can do, I've got about an hour, and after an hour, guys, it's gonna have a hard cut-off time for about an hour of this stream, right? Because yeah, I'm gonna have to go sleep. If not, you know, I'm in my mid-40s. I'm not that spring chicken anymore. I will suffer tomorrow. However, I have a workload for the weekend, and I've actually done most of my workload. I've done like 90% of my workload right today, so I'm dandy as candy. So tomorrow I've got a mellow day at work, right? So right, oh, I might have mentioned to you guys as well, I was trying to get a new job with kind of less time. Like I went that job, I got 2 interviews, and at the end of it I got told that I was overqualified. I couldn't get the job, which was a bit of a bummer because I was going for something with less hours, slightly less money, but I was going for like an easier job. But they decided, hey, you know what, you're overqualified, you're too good for the job, you should be aiming higher. And I was like, no, I'm aiming for this job, you know, a whole 7-week process. Ooh, what happened there? That crashed, right? Okay. Oh no, okay, it hasn't crashed. Right, okay. I got a little bit spooked there, guys, thinking it was crashing. I hope everyone's having a good Saturday, by the way, wherever you are, guys. Z-Force, FFC, Nick Tonic, how are you guys doing? Do you know what? I'm gonna go the lady today. And here we're gonna go. Again, this is a good fun game. I mean, like, it's really funny, right? Because on the MiSTer, on the Analog Pocket, we've got like the full version of Metal Slug. But hey, we want to play the Pocket version. I think I just saw, oh, Alan D was near the beginning of the chat. Yo, Al, how you doing? Guys, Alan D is the guy that made me that the really good 3D printed case for the Taki MiSTer FPGA that I'm getting very, very soon. Taki actually DM'd me the DHL tracking number, so I should be getting it on Wednesday by the end of the day. Now, I'm working Wednesday night. I may have a look at it on Thursday, or I may wait until the weekend. So kind of looking forward to trying that out, having Al's case on it as well, and just running the same micro SD card that I'm running on my normal one. Okay, so I've done the buttons Nintendo style. Hopefully they're like that, right? A and B. But here you go, guys. This is running good. Now, I can't remember in the alpha I had, I think Metal Slug 2 ran, right? It ran. Wow, look at that weapon, man. I mean, this was banging for its time, right? When it came out as a handheld game. Did I get caught by a mine down there? Right, let's I've not got my sound too loud, at least what I'm hearing. I've got to put headphones on. I just don't put it. I really hate using headphones, man. Don't like them. I got pinged. Right, guys, anyone want to see anything else? Yo, Random Gaming Moments, my guy, how are you doing? Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to get one. I did say, right, so let's run another game. So when we run another game, guys, we need to press the button that we allocated to coin, which is the power button. It will bring you over to hopefully a white screen. Let me tap it again and hopefully it will give us that white screen. Right, it's taken us to that BIOS. Let me press it again. Here we go. Right, so what we want to do now is if we go over to our games, let's kind of go to the top here and let's do. I embarrass myself with some of these games, so let's go Fatal Fury, right? Can't go wrong with a bit of Fatal Fury, right? So yeah, so hopefully random gaming moments you will grab one. I recommend people, if you're going to buy one, and just in case there is a rush, because there is a lot of hype concerning the Taki DE10 Nano, I wouldn't even bother using the discount code, because if someone's using the discount code and they're running out, you may be able to snag it before by paying an extra 314 or not taking the saving of 314. At least that's the way I would do it anyway. Wicked Jotego releasing the Geo Pocket for console. For yeah, no, he did say he will do that. It's just with the MiSTer one, because I was looking in the arcade folder, and thanks Chris for that, because if you didn't say to me check on the alternatives, I don't think I would have actually checked on the alternatives. Right, has this crashed? Because right, one thing to point out here, guys, this beta that has released, right, some games are known to have issues, some games are known not to work. Right, I'm pressing the power button. This is running really slow. Oh, okay, so we've reset it now. Let's see if we can run a different game. So Fatal Fury first. Does King of Fighters Round 2 work? Hopefully it does. I hope I have done everything okay as well, because I know my memory card could be a lot cleaner. Right, let's see if we can run the last blade. No, let me press power again, and hopefully I'm going to get a good result with this. Right, I kind of didn't really, yeah, kind of rushed in there. Right, I'm just going to go for a reset again, guys, because something's obviously up here. But the good thing about me doing a reset, the wallpaper should change, right, to something else. What we've got now, wow, look at that, we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So once again, arcade alternatives, and all the way down to N. Let's not skip it. NEO-GEO Pocket, and here we go. We've got the NEO-GEO Pocket Color Core, right? Almost kind of hidden at this point. Now, it may have been updated from when I ran the update, but I did run the update like maybe like a couple of hours ago, right? Let's say a couple of hours ago. I don't know, 2 hours ago max. Maybe even as less as like an hour and a half, right? So I should kind of have the latest one, unless obviously something got pushed while I did that. That has happened before. Right, okay, so right, so here we go. Let's run something. So I don't know what to try, guys. Any suggestions for any games? Jerk Face. Oh, I really want the Techie handheld Jerk Face, man. That's I'm so looking forward to that, man. That's one of the ones I just really want the handheld MiSTer. Like, I think it's gonna be fantastic. Right, Last Blade worked on the alpha that I had, so. Oh, here we go. Okay, so hopefully it will just work here. Now remember, guys, like these are betas. Stuff is being tested. Literally 2 minutes before the stream, Chris's Retro Gaming sent me a compatibility list, or an issue where all the games that aren't working are kind of mentioned there. But I was like, you know what, let's go into it blind. I haven't got time to look at it, so, and I kind of enjoy getting into stuff blind as well. Big Bang Pro, let's go. Is that a game, right? A Japanese game. Okay, Big Bang Pro. Yeah, we can do that next, man. But first we'll check a little bit. Oh, do you know what? I'll press the power button. So we're gonna have to do Big Bang Pro now. So that's that. Let's go back out. And Japan, Big Bang Pro Wrestling. Now, wrestling on handhelds, I enjoyed it. I used to like the WWF game on the Game Boy, but I don't recall this one. Hopefully it's good. So let's have a look. Come on, don't hit us with a white screen, man. Don't do me like that, man. Let me press select again. Okay, let's see if it loads up, if it does something now. Okay, it doesn't work. Yeah, well, if it doesn't work on a flash card, I wonder if it's gonna have some kind of issue. Right, let's go King of Fighters, because that one hasn't worked, and hopefully I don't have to give it like a little bit of a reset. Now, I can't remember if King of Fighters was I think King of Fighters was actually working, unless I ran the black and white one or something. I don't know. Hopefully it works. I do like King of Fighters. But anyway, guys, I do hope everyone is having an awesome Saturday, man. I know in the USA you're a little bit before us, and you know, in Europe you're an hour ahead, and as you go more to the east, right, from where I am, time goes forward, right, all the way down to Australia, where You know, you're going to be there early in the morning, Australia, New Zealand. So awesome stuff. Really I really like the intros for this, man. I think it just does a fantastic job with the intros. SNK, even on the NEO-GEO, had good intros, right? One thing that I noticed in the alpha was some games, for example, right, when you run them in a track mode, they actually crashed. If you started playing it, they were okay. So let me load this again, but rather than watching the intro, I'm going to try and run the game. Sorry guys, it's not the most hasn't been the most exciting of streams, right? So has that? Oh, it has loaded. Okay, I just had to give it a reset. So let's go and start. So what we'll do KOF. Yeah, definitely team. I always forget what the difference is between advanced and extra. I have to pick my favorite SNK character, right? My KOF character, and that is Mai. So Mai can be first, and let's go Iori. I kind of like Iori's. I like his punch, or like crouching light kick or crouching light punch into that the free hit kind of dive kind of punch. On TV. that's living life, man. What's happened here, man? Why is it? I think this happened in the alpha, to be honest. Did it crash? Did I run the black and white one? I can't recall. So let's try and run something for a bit that did actually work, right? So let me go back, press that again, and let's go in here. Sonic was a good game, and Sonic kind of ran okay, but Sonic was something that crashed during a tracked mode. But then when I ran the game, it ran well, and it seemed to run well. The only thing is, I'm a bit tired now, so Sonic moves a bit fast. Sonic isn't a game that you can play when you're tired, right? Hehe, Sega. So guys, I was telling my friends this funny story, right? It's really funny. I was off for a few days at work. I went back in, and so there was a dimmer, you know, like a dimmer for a light, right? Okay, this is looking good, right? So you know, you got a light switch, right? You got a switch on or off, or you can get a dimmer put on there, right? So there's an area in my work where there was a dimmer placed, but I couldn't work out why we needed a dimmer in that place, right? So what happened was, you know, like the company I work for, like most companies, they're trying to reduce their carbon footprint. You know, we've got a goal to go net zero by 2030, right? And it happens with a whole bunch of steps, right? So what happened was they said, look, we want to reduce paper waste, and a lot of the stuff we do, we want iPads, especially for visitors coming, right? So no more paper signings. Let's get everyone to sign in on an iPad. So they got us like the latest iPad. It's overkill. It's like massive. It's got a USB-C port. So what happened was the default brightness setting on this iPad was set to low, right? So this area where the iPad's in a kind of lobby area, the lobby area where the iPad was kept, right, it was dark. And sorry, there was a bright light there, right? So what happened is, because the iPad was dark, no one could see like the iPad when they were signing in. So a visit would come in, or someone would come in, and they weren't able to sign in. So what happened was, you're not going to believe this, right? But one of my colleagues actually raised a call with our help desk to get a dimmer fitted so they could dim the light in the room to have a look at the iPad, right? And I can't believe the stupidity of this, right? Because guys, you just got to go into the iPad and put the brightness up to max. That way everyone can see it. Light up, light down, it doesn't matter. So, and the dimmer really, like what they've put looks, instead of like a metallic finish one, right? It's a plastic one. It looks out of place, and I'm laughing. I'm like, how can someone get a dimmer put in a place, but all you have to do is turn the brightness up? Like, I can't get it. So honestly, you couldn't make this up. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, why? Honestly, seriously, guys, like I mean, like, things shock me, but this really shocked me. I mean, these people have smartphones. I'm pretty sure they know the smartphones have brightness, right? But they got a dimmer fitted in a room to turn the light down, but they didn't just think about turning the light up on the iPad. Like, dude, it was just bad. Yo, Dr. Johnny Bananas, how you doing, man? Right, guys, have you guys got any other requests? Do them in block capitals if you can. Just a single, you know, just your message, just saying the name of the game, and I'm happy to go through any of the games, right? We've been getting 18 minutes now, so we're about a third of the way through the stream. We can go, so I like saying there's a game here, Biomotor Unitron, right? And for anyone that likes Pokemon games, I recommend this because my brother was into Pokemon, and when he first got this before anyone else in my family, this is one of the games he got with it, right? So yeah, so it's like Pokemon. It's good. We're not really gonna go so much into the game. We'll have a look at a bit of the intro because it looks cool. Well, to be honest, you know what I mean. Like, it's not really that bad. I just kind of want to get out of the night shift stuff, man. If I can get out of the night shift stuff, and you know, something will come, and I'm not in a major hurry. I'll make sure I get the right thing when I go. You know, I can't complain about the pay. I get good money. I've got good conditions. I just can't be bothered doing nights anymore, man. And something with a slightly less hours. But no, that was just crazy, man. That was just nuts, like legit, just couldn't make that up. Wicked. Okay, guys, so this is Biomotor Unitron. Anyone that likes Pokemon, I'd say this is more suited for the pocket because I have a bias towards handheld gaming, especially like games like Pokemon. I'd want to play them on a handheld. Like, I would never play a Pokemon game with a system that's attached to the TV. It's a handheld game for me, right? So we got Alan D, Cool Borders. Let's do Cool Borders, Alan. And yeah, guys, I really do hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday. I've got this is my working weekend, and I was it okay? Cool Borders. Where's Cool Borders? Right? Is that a Japanese game or right? So yeah, so I'm working tomorrow. So I was it. Oh, here we go. European, right? Here we go. So us Euros got something, right? Wicked. Oh, Fantastic Night Dreams. Yes, of course, man. We know if Chris is in the house. So Chris is Retro Gaming, right? If you guys are over on my Discord, or if you're on the FPGA Gaming Discord, even JT's Discord, right? Anywhere you go, you'll always find Terminator 2K2, also known as Chris's Retro Gaming. He's one of the most helpful people out there, right? He goes, same as Big Al, you know, where people go above and beyond to help people. And that's what I'll say about Chris and Big Al, man. They definitely help me a lot. And you know, I'll say if you've got queries or you're ever stuck on something, give these guys a shout. They definitely are helpful. Let's see, Cool Borders. Okay, maybe Cool Borders isn't running, man. If anyone wants to have a look at that JT issue, I think that lists the games that aren't working. So that's not doing it. So let's go to the next game, which is Fantastic Night Dreams, which I think is a Japanese game, right? Oh no, it's right here. Right, okay, here we go. Okay, have I got to do a reset again? Because I'm pretty sure that ran last time, so we're gonna have to go in and do that reset. And here's the thing about beta cores, right? You know you can help test them, right? And this core's released, and there are some games that don't work in it, and you might have to reset it in certain instances. Like I definitely prefer this on the Pocket, right? It's just, and I'll say it again, it's a handheld system. Yeah, we've got an FPGA core of a handheld system on an FPGA handheld, right? When the MiSTer handheld comes out, right, whichever MiSTer handheld makes it first, right? Ken from What's Ken Making, man, that guy has like made his own little version of it. Fantastic, very talented guy. I like that channel. If you haven't checked it out, check out What's Ken Making. He recently, I need to watch that video, a very deep dive comparison between the QM Tech DE10 Nano and the actual one that the QM Tech and an original DE10 Nano. So yeah, very interesting. Right, so where are we now? Fantastic Night Dreams, and hopefully that should work, right? Wicked. Yeah, we're running Cotton, right? What was it called again? Yeah, here we go. Fantastic Night Dreams Cotton, right? So here we go. It runs on it. So guys, if you do run into issue like me, so what may happen with this core is if there's a current game that's not working on here at the moment, when you try and load that, then if you try and load the game straight after that, it doesn't work. That's at least what I'm finding out. So you may need to do a reset in order to get it working again. So, but guys, you know, this isn't reflective of the final product. Jotego's working on it. He did say in his beta, please do not report games that aren't working, because they're aware there are quite a number of games that aren't working. So yeah, so hopefully we'll get more updates to this. I mean, it's nice enough that it's released. What works well on it works well on it. The only thing that's a lot more difficult on the MiSTer than it was on the Analog Pocket was just the location of the core. It's definitely confusing, and the fact that at least the version I've got and how I run it, I had to go into arcade and alternatives made it a little bit more difficult to find. So I do hope the information I provided at the beginning, you know, you guys have found helpful, right? Renaming the BIOS as well. Thanks to Terminator 2K2 who kind of told me about that, renaming it from ngpc.rom to boot.rom. So there are a few steps you need to take to get it working. It's not crazy or very difficult steps. You know, is it a little bit cumbersome? Yes, definitely, right? It's not as streamlined as, say, Jotego's other cores, which are arcade cores. You go in the arcade folder, you find your favorite arcade game, you press it and it works, right? Or the console cores we got, you find the console and you just load the ROMs and it works, right? It will get resolved in the future, but for now, I went through the steps right at the beginning. So if you want to know, if you're just tuning in late and you know, you've got the beta, you're having difficulties with it, go to the beginning, like the first, you know, 2-3 minutes. We go through the steps of how to get everything working. I may mention it again at some point during the stream, but there is a way to get it to work. Now, guys, I have to say, is there actually a bad version of Cotton? I think the recent version that I got like a review copy of it, and I featured it in the news video, which was Rainbow Cotton. It looked really good when I saw previews, because whenever I take a review copy, it's always for a game that I would buy. So I think, okay, you know what, I would gladly kind of cover this on the channel anyway. Most of the games I just turn away. So when that came up, it looked really good, and it looked like it captured that arcade kind of experience in 3D Cotton. But honestly, when you play it, it doesn't have that feel. It doesn't have the feel that makes you want to play it. You know, I played it once, twice, and it's very unlikely that I will ever play it again, right? But the 2D Cottons, they are fantastic. And you can see, look, the NEO-GEO Pocket Color Core by Jotego, right? If anything that works on it seems to work really well generally, like with maybe a couple of exceptions here or there. Everything that's working is working fantastically well, right? Oh wow, I'm actually dodging some good shots for someone that's tired. I also want to say a massive shout out to Jotego. Love his work, love the fact that you know, I get some early access stuff from time to time. And also, guys, you know, if you want to support FPGA core development, definitely consider supporting Jotego over on Patreon. You can get access to cores that are in beta, like this NEO-GEO Pocket Core, right? Another game that he actually released this weekend was a game called Circus Charlie. Not a game that I have ever played, right? But it looks kind of interesting. It looks like one of those games where you need timing, you need skill for it, and it might be addictive because you think, you know what, I can do it on my next credit. Something I have to check out. I haven't checked it out yet. I don't have the urge to rush and play it, because when I have the urge to rush and play something, it's always something that I played as a kid, right? We're all grown men here, but we all want to relive our childhood, right? Playing those games just takes us back. We're like to simpler times, to times where we didn't have responsibilities, we didn't have families, we didn't really have jobs, we had pocket money, we went to the arcade, we played, we hung out with our friends. And I think that's why so many people like retro gaming. At least that's how it is for me. And a lot of people I speak to, it's the same kind of thing, right? So, guys, hit me with a request then, man. Just whack it in block capitals. I'll pop my head over to chat, and ready to kind of whack on something else at any given time, right? So it's weird, because the sound volume for some games, like, it'll be really loud and it'll be a little bit lower. So it's difficult when you're doing a stream to get a consistent level of volume unless you're adjusting it for each and every game, kind of like based on visual levels of the audio that you're seeing, right? So no one's come up with another game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the system, and I'm going to try and find something in here. Maybe, see, this is what I don't get. It's supposed to be a white screen. Let's see what happens if we load it on like a whatever color that is. It looks dark to me. Maybe it's black. So let's have a look. Let's go back out here. Let's see if there's another. What's this Delta Warp? I have no idea what Delta Warp is. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. So we don't necessarily need that white screen. We just need to press that power button. But yeah, good stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with. I'm happy with DW, man. I could be DW. I could be WD if you want. I have no idea what this is. Okay, it's very dark. You can hardly see it. But what are we doing here? Rock. Oh yeah, Alan. Yeah, the Rockman game was good. Right, let's go Rockman. Let's just go Rockman straight away. I've got no idea what I'm going to get here with Delta Warp. So we are going to go Rockman. Samurai Shodown 2, yes, wicked. Hopefully that will work. So let's go here. Let's try and load that. Which was, Rockman, okay. Here we go, Rockman. This is a really good game. Now, I never really understood it. There's the arcade version as well, isn't there, chaps? What's the arcade version? Mega Man Power Battles or something. That was interesting. Okay, something I learned today. Even if the screen's not white and it's black or whatever, you can, as long as you press that power button, you can kind of go through and launch another game. So again, very, very charming game. I can't remember what we ran last time. Knowing me, I'll probably say let's go with 1 first. So let's go with 2 this time. Oh no, actually, I think I actually ran both of them. So do you know what? Yeah, I even remember picking that character. But we're gonna go Mega Man. I don't think there's any Paperboy, man. Alan really likes Paperboy, and I feel it was maybe something as a child. He had a job as a Paperboy, so he has a connection to it, and you know, he smashed a lot of windows locally in his area, and he grew up and he was like, yes, my favorite game is Paperboy. This is how I roll my newspaper. Right, the buttons are the ah. I was hoping to get underneath him there. That's what she said. If anyone hasn't watched The Office, guys, it's a great show. I can't recommend it enough. The US version, right? The UK version's good, but the US version is just fantastic, man. I need to get my wife to watch that as well, actually. I'll preach it to everyone else that you guys should watch it. I think I want to take him out. Oh, wow, he done a dragon punch there. That was interesting. How was... So I'll charge. How do I do the dragon punch? Okay, we got him, but wow, that was good. We should get a copy of Puzzle Link 2 for NEO-GEO Pocket to play on my Analog Pocket for a good price on eBay. Now I'm waiting for delivery on it. I hate deliveries, man. So I've got a couple of things getting delivered. So first of all, the biggest thing is the case that Big Al made me, Alan D in chat. The case he made me for the Tacky clone, the actual Tacky clone itself, which should be here Wednesday, and the GPD Win 4, which is going to be like my PS Vita style Ultra Mini PC that I can capture PC game footage on. So really looking forward to that. This character looks interesting. Yeah, so that should be... Did you watch Tetris yet? No, I haven't watched Tetris yet, guys. Is there a new documentary out? And I know there was a movie of it, wasn't there? I haven't even watched that, you know. I'm terrible. I'll tell you what I'm watching at the moment. I don't know if anyone's watched it, but I've been driving less to work because, for example, sometimes if I drive back from work, it takes 1 hour and 20 minutes. But if I get the tube at the underground, right, it takes me 40 minutes door to door, right? But the beauty of half the time, literally, right? But the beauty of going on underground or public transport is I can watch stuff on my phone when I'm traveling, right? So I started watching SWAT on Netflix, and I kind of like it, man. It's a little bit like, look, you know, I'm such a badass, like, but I don't know, I'm kind of enjoying that at the moment. It seems to be good. Recollecting handheld games since I got my Pocket last year. Yeah, some people get into the collecting, man. I'm really happy with Open FPGA. Right, what other games did we have in chat? Samurai Shodown 2. Now, I don't recall that working, and that's a big shame if it doesn't. Okay, we're getting different color screens when we're doing resets. I mean, I'm happy with it. I definitely prefer this color to like the white color. It's too bright, right? So Samurai Shodown. Oh, I can't. Is this? No, that's not it. I can't remember what the Japanese name is. I'm gonna have to go into let's go into USA. Here we go. Samurai Shodown 2. Now this is supposed to be really, really good. Apparently there's a very good strategy. Very good strategy in here. I mean, this is the type of game. It's amazing to play 2 players. Right, brilliant. It's working. Maybe it was working. Bad memory. I always play. My cousin's got the original hardware. He's got flash cards. He's got original cartridges. But we always end up playing on there. I always play like SNK versus Capcom. Now that game I don't think actually works, right? But Sam Show, as we call it for sure, it's working, and hopefully we can get into game and we can run it, right? It's not. I'm pressing the buttons here and it's not doing anything. I don't want to press. Come on. What a great intro, man. Guys, so darn cool, man. I mean, you had like the Game Boy Color, then you had these kind of intros. They just look really, really good. And I love the Game Boys, man. I love the Game Boy DMG. I love the Game Boy Color. In fact, there is... No, it's not letting me do it, man. I can't get into the game. Let me... let's give it a quick reset. Double tap it, and I think it brings it back into the game. Or press it again now. Yeah, the Game Boy DMG version of Samurai Shodown, it's fantastic. If you haven't tried it out, really, really suggest trying it out. It really is that good. Also, guys, if you haven't hit that like button, it really does help out the channel, man. And if you really hate this and you're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Hit that dislike button. But yeah, hitting that like button does actually help the channel. It helps the videos get out there. So if you're enjoying it, hit the like button. Okay, I think that's going to be my asking for likes in here. I don't want to overdo that. Okay, yeah, this isn't, unfortunately, the controls aren't working for this. I really should get a pen and paper and actually report every issue that I find here, but I'm just here playing. Yeah, it's rendering, Alex. It's looking good, but I've got no control over it, which is a shame, right? Okay, that's a shame. What's the Japanese name of it? It'll be interesting to see. So. No, I'm just trying to work out what if anyone knows the Japanese name, hit me in chat. Just write it out big for me, and we can have a look at it. Okay, King of Fighters. I think it still begins with an S. No, that can't be it, right? This has got the word dungeon in there. No, could that be it? The card fighters are good. All right, I'm gonna go with this one. Oh, what am I doing? I need to do the reset. We may have to do that power cycle now because it's crashed. Is it Samurai Spirits 2? Yeah, I didn't see anything in there. Look, let's have a look. There's nothing there. Samurai Spirits 2. I think it's got like another name in front of it. I can't remember. Right, let's give that a reset again. But again, one thing I do like about the reset is I like all the wallpapers that come up from Ranny Snice. So if you want to use the Ranny Snice wallpapers, what you can do, guys, is you can enable the Ranny Snice script, right, via Update All, and it'll pull down all the wallpapers. Now, I love the Ranny Snice wallpapers, but then there's some in there for games that I'm completely, or systems I'm not interested in whatsoever. So what I've actually gone is you can go to Ranny Snice's GitHub, and I've downloaded the ones that I want, and I've added those manually. So what happens is every time I reboot my machine, I get a different wallpaper, but I get a different wallpaper out of the selection that I have selected, right? You can go via Update All, but then there'd be a game on there that literally, I don't even want it showing up on my screen. I know someone else might like it. I don't actually like that game. So I was like, okay, you know what? So you can add wallpapers yourself, and it makes it look nice, right? You've got stuff in there. So has anyone worked out what Samurai Shodown is called? No? Okay, so what we can do, let's see, right, I don't want Card Fighter. I want SNK. I want the fighting game, man. Okay, let's go here first. What's this? Oh no, I'm supposed to press that again. Sorry, guys. Tired here, so I'm making mistakes because it's a weird way of loading stuff. Let's see if this loads now. Oh, wicked. All right. Looks like we are in luck. Oh, nice, man. Z-Force FFC. Well, you know what? Thank you, because back in the day on Game FAQs, I did actually read a lot of guides, man. I used to read guides. Okay, what is this? This definitely... Hold on. What is this? Is this a fight? Is this a fighting game, or we're gonna get some mahjong in here? Okay, I'm gonna go with her. Oh yeah, mahjong. Okay, awesome. So it's not that one. What's that? It's not that, right? Let's go SNK Gal Fighters, right? I'm not sure if it's working. Okay. Samurai Spirits 2, but it's... Okay, yeah, maybe for another time, bud. Thank you. Thanks for looking that up, Alex, as well. In Japan, this game was... okay. Okay, are we getting anything here? No, we're not. I think SNK Gal Fighters didn't work when I tried it previously as well. So don't make me power cycle. Don't make me... Nah, it's just gone dark. Let's see what happens if we reset the core. Does that work? Do we not have to? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I don't have to. Okay, sorry guys, I was getting around the long way. I was making it more cumbersome than it needed to be, right? So I was going there, but I could just reset the core and go through this again. Okay, that's a lot quicker than going through it. But hey, we did get to look at some Ranny's nice wallpapers, so that's always nice. I've put quite I maybe put like 30 or 40 on there. I can't even remember. So it's always nice because I have no idea which one I'm gonna get. Hold on a minute. Why is it taking me to a black screen? Do I actually need to power cycle it then? Let's test it once more. Let me do a reset. And let me just go through this and see if it lets me launch a game. Okay. Okay. Shugi no Tatsujin. Yeah, definitely don't want to play chess, man. How can someone do a chess stream, man? That's insane. Okay. Something's happened there. Hopefully the horoscope thing and that stuff will come. What are we? Did I have a game in the memory? No? Okay, maybe it's got a game in the memory that's not working. So let me go back out. And we'll give it a reboot. And hey guys, if you're just tuning in, we are checking the NEO-GEO Pocket Color Core for the MiSTer FPGA. If you're tuning in late and if you're a Jotego Patreon supporter and you have had issues with this core, we kind of talk about how you can find this core. It's in the arcade and it's in the alternatives folder, at least the version that I have, right? And I grabbed this via update all. So let's go through the process. Now, the first time you go through it, or the first time you launch it on the day, you're going to have to go through this initial kind of BIOS setting, right? But provided the game doesn't crash or you don't run into an issue, you can just press the button you allocate to power button, which at the moment shows up as coin. The coin button, you press it, and then you can select the game from your games list. So again, it's very, very different. And I can understand some people that don't do a lot of reading or they're not really in the scene. They just have their betas, right? And they wanna okay, let's try this. I don't think this is gonna work. And they just want it to work, right? They wanna come, they like the rest of the Jotego stuff that's arcade, right? And it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for them. I have to say, it's definitely an easier experience, and the way the file structure is, it's very, very good on the Analog Pocket. It's definitely easier out of the two on the Analog Pocket. Oh wow, this is working, and hopefully, yes, wow, this might be my favorite game on there, man. How about Puzzle Bobble Pocket? I know we can definitely try that. Not my favorite game because of the color issues I have, but yeah, we can definitely try it. Right, so guys, this game is fantastic. This is such a good fighter, man. It really, really is good. Really, really is good. Look how many characters you've got, and you can unlock more. So, all right, we're gonna go Mai again. Sorry, guys, I know you see a lot of Mai in here. So let's go Guile, and let's go Sakura. Right. So okay, we'll go because we always look at Maya. We'll put Maya last, right? She'll be our anchor. We'll do a little bit of Guile. Yes, from what I understand, Beep 73, it doesn't run on a no, no. Sorry, it doesn't run on a CRT. Yes, it only runs via HDMI at the moment. Hopefully that will change in the future. But this is a little bit of a downer, right? Okay, I'm gonna have to go through that again. Yeah, so that doesn't work, and I think that's exactly the state I had it in the alpha. It kind of launched. I got excited exactly the same way that I did, and when I tried to run the game, it just didn't do it. But guys, remember, this is a beta, right? It's not a public release. This is something that we as members of the community, we as supporters of FPGA development, get early access to, and we can test this stuff out. No, I need to get out of here. Right, let's run another game. Right, did I have any request? Oh, Puzzle Bobble. That's why I need to keep. Do you know what? That's why it really does help having it in block capitals, because it stands out, and I often forget, especially now that I'm a little bit tired. Right, Puzzle Bobble. Where is Puzzle Bobble? Right, okay. I think. Oh, hold on. I think I saw it there. Was it Buster Move Pocket? Here we go. Buster Move Pocket. Got to remember all the variation names. Is it possible to test the two? Well, we've tested number one and that sorry, number two, that worked fine. But we can go and test number one now. Not a problem. We can definitely have a look at that. Okay, so let's go puzzle. Okay, the colors. Oh no, there's two colors I can't tell. Like the yellow and green are very, very difficult for me to tell the difference between. So let's just go stage one. Blue's good though. The red is good as well. It's the other colors. Oh no, what did I do there? Okay, that's that one. Okay, superb, superb. Yeah, okay, so what stuff? Okay, I think these ones are up here. Yeah, okay, I'm doing it. So I can kind of see the colors, like the green and the yellow. I don't think there's another green up there. Oh, maybe that's green. Yeah, it is. Cool, wicked. That was a guess, by the way. Yellow. Okay, I'm actually doing better than I usually do. Less frustrating. But again, this looks good. If you're into this game, it's the playability factor is the same, right? You know, the games have evolved over the years, and I don't know if it's fair for me to say, because someone could say, hey, you know what, all Street Fighter games are the same. Someone that doesn't know fighters could say, you know, PTN, Street Fighter 2, and there's no difference between like the 5 iterations of it. In fact, there's more, isn't there? Because there's Ultra now as well. Someone could say, oh, they're all exactly the same, apart from like extra characters in Champion Edition, then extra characters in Super and Super Turbo, right? So, but someone that knows, you'll be like, no, there's a whole property changes, there's new moves, and you know, there's the soundtrack is slightly different. So maybe there are differences in there for people that are like hardcore like puzzle bobble players. But for me, the average person, you know, you play one, it's the same kind of principle that we're going with. Okay, I'm actually surprisingly doing all right. Well, look, that runs okay. Let's now go and do Metal Slug. Yep, last blade, perfect. So we're gonna do Metal Slug, and then we are gonna do I'm not gonna do. We're gonna do for a last blade. See, you can tell I'm tired, man. I'm mashing up on that. Right. So Metal Slug first mission ran on the monochrome one. So if you're unaware, some of the cartridges for this system were, so there were color ones, and they were backwards compatible with the black and white NEO-GEO Pocket, right? Which was really good, right? Because, you know, let's say you bought the original black and white one, and then, you know, the color came out and you felt a bit gutted. You could play these ones in black and white. And I have to say, like with the Game Boy, I like that green DMG filter, right? But with the NEO-GEO Pocket, I kind of like just the black and white. It reminds me a lot of, it's almost like playing games on a Kindle. Like it has that kind of Kindle look to it, right? NEO Pocket, cool, finally. No, Milker. Okay, you are milking MILFs, right? Okay. So yeah, Milker, it is not public. It kind of says it in the title though, but it says beta core. I'm very, very surprised at, yeah, I mind you, my attention to detail isn't good. I miss a lot of stuff, so I can't really pick out anyone else. But buddy, it's not public yet. Hopefully it will get one day soon. But I can't imagine this going public for quite a period of time, right? Because, well, I'm just playing some crap, right? Oh, is that my life dead? Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I just can't imagine it going public soon, because not all the games are working. I think that there's a number of issues that Jotego needs to resolve on this. So, but you never know. With Jotego, it could just be a matter of, oh, you know what, I've discovered something, and all of a sudden everything else is now going to work, right? So, very, 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 very talented individual, very, very talented team that he has. So anything can happen, right? I'm just going that I'm making the assumption, right? And sometimes my assumptions can be wrong. This week, not the assumption, but you know, I done the weekly news video on a Thursday. So I said, look, if everything goes to plan, the NEO-GEO Pocket Color beta core will be out. And I'm glad it went to plan and it was out, right? Because, yeah, I had to do that video 2 days before. And in between, like, so much other news came out, especially regarding the Tacky clone, right? I mean, hopefully, guys, any of you that want a Tacky clone are actually checking the website, because I would hate for it to come online while we're watching this stream, and you know, the misters end up going, and then everyone hates Pixel Cherry Ninja for making them miss their potential cheap MiSTer FPGA. But yeah, I'm so looking forward to the handheld. But what sounds interesting as well, guys, is the flagship one, right? Because the flagship one has a screen, man, so you can kind of take it out and about with you. I've got a very good portable setup. I think I've got like an 8-inch portable screen. I've got my MiSTer add-ons. Big shout out to MiSTer add-ons, by the way, man. Awesome guy, Pork Chop. Brilliant sponsor of the weekly news show. So the MiSTer I got via them, right? I kind of take that out with me in bags if I go to a friend or someone, and sometimes I take a screen, and I can fit everything in one bag. I've got a 10-inch laptop as well if I need to capture stuff. So I've kind of got a portable one, but I can imagine if all you need to do is fold the screen, right, and the screen is on there. I mean that's going to be a lot easier now, isn't it? But yeah, this is running really well, guy, dude. And I remember Metal Gear, I was going to call it, Metal Slug 2 working really well as well. You know what? I can shoot you from here. Yeah, come out, bud. Okay, running really well. How much time we got? Oh, okay, so we've got about 10 minutes left. Been an interesting stream. The last blade next. Let's just let's play this for another. This is a fun game, guys. I know. Like on the MiSTer, we've got actual NEO-GEO, right? Because look, what's the point of? So back when the NEO-GEO Pocket was out, it was like, you know, you can't exactly get NEO-GEO tech in your pocket. Okay, what's close? Oh, we will make the NEO-GEO Pocket, and we'll make like the diet versions, alternative versions of the games, right? We've got the proper versions of these games. However, these games, they still have a certain charm about them. And again, I'll say it, like for me, this is a handheld system. Like the only reason I'm playing this on the MiSTer is because of this stream, right? If it wasn't because of the stream, let's have a look at the aeroplane. This is good. If it wasn't because of the stream, I'd likely be playing this on the MiSTer. But for example, like there's certain cores that I don't like playing on the Analog Pocket, and that's the fighting game ones. Generally speaking, I prefer playing them on the MiSTer, or at least attached to a TV, right? So if I'm playing on the Analog Pocket, and I guess that's where the Analog Pocket gets interesting, because you can play something on the go and then attach it to a dock. So with the if the tacky if everything goes to expectation, we get a tacky MiSTer FPGA handheld, we'll be able to play that on the go and attach it to a TV. But when it comes to like fighting games, I prefer playing them on a larger screen, right? But pretty much most other things, I'm happy on handhelds, man. That's how I roll. Right, let's go Last Blade 2, because we'll try and get some more games before this stream ends. And guys, if you want access to this now, consider supporting Jotego over on Patreon, right? Because you can get access to all this stuff, and it's not just this. You've got Circus Charlie if you were around during that era and you want like an old school type of game, that might be for you. As well as that, we've got X-Men that should be coming out soon. He's working on stuff like WWF Superstar. So there's a lot. Jotego, definitely, out of every developer I know, when it comes to just sheer output, no one develops as many cores as him. There's a lot of cores that the guy can bring out. So yeah, you definitely get your money's worth, whether you've just got an Analog Pocket or a MiSTer, or like the other devices like Mist or CD, right? Even though sometimes those platforms get skipped due to them not being powerful enough, right? So but you get bang for buck. If you've got multiple systems, then you're kind of good, guys. Can't recommend that enough. So I've always wanted to play this game, right? I've got a friend that's really he's really into fighters, just like me, but he plays a lot of the odd games, right? Or not, I wouldn't say the odd games, but say the less popular games, right? And like Last Blade 2 wasn't a popular game. I never really saw it in the arcade. I never saw a crowd playing it in the arcade. But man, on the actual NEO-GEO, Last Blade 1 and 2, look, they just look beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful, stunning. So what am I doing with this guy? I should have picked the other guy. That was a good combo there. Okay, I'm gonna be that kid in the arcade that just moves directions and presses buttons. And I seem to be doing good on a whole part for that. Wow, okay. Ah, that's the kick button, right? Okay. Oh, the kick, neutral is kick. Okay, and back and kick lets you do a parry, right? So I actually caught a parry there. So that was very, very interesting. The new budget MiSTer does not support analog video and HDMI at the same time. And oh, I'm not sure. I don't see why it wouldn't. If it's a one-to-one copy, why wouldn't it support analog and digital video outright? I don't know. I'm only using digital at the moment. I don't mind you. I've got an analog. I use a VGA, but I use it on a flat screen monitor, so it's not exactly like I'm using it on a CRT or anything. I've just got it there in case I don't want to use the HDMI, or I'm using the HDMI screen for something else. I've got an option of using it on via VGA on a flat screen monitor. See if I can get a parry, you know? Guys, this is a good game, man. I'll tell you what, this is, I would actually have to say, like, for handhelds of that era, like the Game Boy Color, this, the fighters on this are really, really good. Like, you know, NEO-GEO, or sorry, SNK, whoever the developer was behind this, right? Whether it was a different studio or something, they made this really, really good, guys. The fighters, if you're a fighting games fan, there's a good level of depth and strategy in there. If you've got a link cable, and I certainly hope something like this gets like 2-player or like link cable support down the line. I did ask Jotego ages and ages ago, we're talking last year, that, you know, would you add link cable support to it? And from what I remember, it's not impossible, but it's not something that was planned initially. So I really do hope something like that is doable and it can get done, right? Especially, again, I know it's a MiSTer stream, but because it is a handheld, I'd love something like that on the Analog Pocket. Like, just because playing, like, so when my friend comes around and he brings around his Analog Pocket, mind you, I've got a few Analog Pockets now, you know, if someone comes around and, or I link them up to an original Game Boy, right, or a Game Boy Color, we can play some games versus one another. The Samurai Shodown on the Game Boy DMG, right, you can actually play that two players, and it plays really, really well, guys. So that was a lot of fun to play on there. For surprisingly, Street Fighter Alpha, you cannot play that 2-player on the Game Boy Color. But if you want a really good fighter for the Game Boy Color, go ahead and try Power Quest. Power Quest is fantastic, easily hands down the best fighter on the Game Boy Color, right? But let's run another game, guys. If you've got any requests, please do let me know, and we can do that. What we've got left, we've got like five-ish minutes left, right? That's what we've got. So yeah, not even less actually. We've got like 3 minutes. So I actually want to try and keep the time under an hour, just to see how that kind of goes. But I do appreciate all of you guys stopping by. As you can see, this cause a lot of fun. What works on it works well, right? What doesn't work on it will start working again, right? You know, I believe in the thing on his work. It will over time get a lot better. I think Alan likes Pac-Man, but we'll see if anyone's game. What is good, my brother? Yo, SNK Kev, how are you doing, my bro? Yeah, just got this kind of on the MiSTer. Wanted to try this out. Right, what's going to be the final game? Too many decisions, man. What we got here? So I think, did Fatal Fury? Is it going to work? I can't remember. Was it one of those ones that crashed because I ran a game that crashed, and the next game is going to crash or something? Okay, we got the sound. Okay, we've got a very, very faint logo. That's very, very dark, guys. Okay, at least there's something here now. Alright, I don't want to be just Maya again. She's my favorite character, but we'll go Terry now, right? The dude with a cap. He's coming to Street Fighter 6, so that'll be interesting. Oh, computer. Alright, you know what? Computer can be Maya. Okay, again, this is the same issue I had in the alpha version, actually. It went there. So, guys, let me run a game that's got a decent demo. Yeah, I might. Yeah, so this is running slow, whatever, but let's give this. Did you play Magical Drop? Do you know what? We can we'll go to Magical Drop, and that's where I'm going to end it, right, guys? Anyone that's tuned in late, if you run update all, right, your core is going to be arcade, alternatives, and it may get changed again, right? It might just be in arcade itself. And then you want to go down to N in alternatives, which I think I've passed it. Here we go, NEO-GEO Pocket, right? Once you go NEO-GEO Pocket, NEO-GEO Pocket Color, here we go, guys. So we are running that core, and you can see we're going to go through all the BIOS steps, run through that. Yeah, that's how we're going to run it, right? So let me the last game we're going to run is just going to run Magical Drop, and yeah, just going to kind of end it there, my guys, because I am up I'm up in 6 hours, guys, for work. So yeah, I just want to make sure I do get some sleep, right? Because you know I want my beauty sleep. So Magical Drop was a game, right? So let's go to Magical Drop. Here we go, Magical Drop. Now, if that's a color dependent game, I would have difficulties playing it anyway, but we can run it as a demo for like the next minute. And hopefully it's got a decent attract mode, right? Because that always, good attract mode always works. Right, guys, right. So kind of going to end it here. Really do appreciate you guys stopping by. Do appreciate you hitting that like button as well. But this is the NEO-GEO Pocket Color Core by Jotego. It's available for the MiSTer. It's a little bit unusual the way you get it to work and where it is at the moment. But Jotego is a top developer. He will improve on this and he'll make it more user friendly. No doubt about that. So in the meantime, if you want access to this, a link to Jotego's Patreon is in the description. That's really it, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, I start work tomorrow at 6:30. Yeah, man. No, I get that. I'll start at 7. So yeah, 5 o'clock. I like to chill a little bit in the morning. But guys, that's really it, man. Be awesome to one another. Quick finish. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.